Welcome to another episode of the Disclaimer Podcast. We talk a bunch of you know what, man. I'm your host, comedian Hannibal Thompson. And I got a lot to get off my chest today. The internet is wild. A lot of stuff on the internet. Just a lot of stuff going on in the world, man. But this 21 Savage thing where he went on not the Breakfast Club, it's the app, Clubhouse. He was on the Clubhouse app, man, and he was throwing a tantrum and he was talking like real street on Clubhouse about how, him and we got bodies and everybody who mess with us, they drop and he was talking wild. He was talking reckless about the streets on the internet, man. Now, my thing is, we see what YSL going through. We see what YSL going through with this RICO case, this state RICO case, by the way. And you get on the internet and you spilling all your street business on the internet for the world to hear and see. And then as soon as they come indict you, you gonna be crying about somebody telling and this person telling. Bruh, listen, man, from a dude who came up in the streets, and, let me just get this out the way right now. It ain't nothing to gloat about. It ain't nothing, I'm talking about the streets. It ain't nothing to gloat about. It ain't nothing to brag about. Gangsters don't move like that, man. I know the internet is new, and it's a new outlet for everybody to be a gangster, try to prove themselves to be a gangster. But if you was really in the streets, you not doing no talking, no trolling, no subliminals, none of that on no internet, man. And I'm not talking like that, like I'm a tough dude or was a tough dude, none of that, If you know, whatever. My point is, y'all gotta take the streets off the internet, man. Find something else to do. Y'all gotta take the streets off the internet. And I'm not just talking about people. I'm talking about, if you got a platform like 21 Savage, for example, he's somebody who people look up to, kids look up to, street dudes look up to, whoever. Take all that off the internet, man. Why you on Clubhouse ranting about your business and your homeboy's business and your partner's business in the streets? That ain't gangster. That ain't street. That ain't none of that, man. Leave the streets in the streets. That's what they for, the streets. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. They taking enough of us to jail. I'm talking about entertainers and the rappers and stuff. They taking enough of rappers in trouble every day. It's a rapper in trouble every day. Rappers getting killed. All that, man. All off, stuff from the internet, man. I shouldn't be way in another state and know what's going on in the streets in Atlanta or Houston or Chicago or Florida. None of that. Nah, man. It shouldn't be like that, man. And it's coming from most of these rappers from these neighborhoods who rapping about they homies' lifestyle. And, everybody got their ear to the streets. So we not going to play dumb. Everybody got their ear to the streets. But it's coming from these rappers who rapping about their homies' lifestyle, and they got their ear to the streets still, and they telling all their homies and everybody business from the streets and they songs, and on Clubhouse, and on Twitter, and on Instagram Live. Come on, man. Come on, man. Leave the streets in the streets. The internet is for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. Let me explain something to y'all, people. This is from a person who's been in the streets. Like, really, really been in the streets. The streets is not entertaining, at all. It's a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and all type of bullshit in the streets. Let me explain something to you, man. When they say dead or in jail, the term dead or in jail about the streets, ain't nothing fake about it. Ain't nothing plastic about it. Ain't nothing gimmicky. Ain't, if that's a word, ain't no gimmick about it. It's real. It's real. If you in the streets, you stay in the streets, you still running the streets, you still acting like you got this op and that op. Oh, the streets gonna get you. That's just the way it works. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. It was happening before you was in the streets, I was in the streets, they was in the streets. It been happening. It been happening. Then you got mob bosses from years ago who was rich. Mob bosses had whole crews and he was the head nigga in charge. He going to jail for life or he dead or something. He stayed in the streets. The streets is not a game. Before you get on the internet and troll somebody's loved one who dead, think about that. Because, you know, the streets gonna get you, man. It's like that. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. It's not a game, you know. And I'm not here to preach and none of that. I always tell people that, man, I don't do no preaching, man. I'm not going to talk to these little niggas and preach to them. And people always asking me to come talk to this person. No, I'm raw and uncut. I'm not coming to preach. I'm not coming to... One thing about the streets is when you young, you gonna go through stuff in the streets if you in the streets. That's why I never judge young people in the streets. I never judge young people in the streets because I be looking at young people like that used to be me. I used to be a knucklehead and dumb and stupid and do dumb shit. I used to be hard-headed and, you know what I'm saying? That used to be me, you know. So I kind of got an understanding with young dudes running the streets. When I say young dudes, I mean early 20s and stuff like that, man. I don't really judge them because, you know, ain't the best lesson is life lesson. They got to bump their head. They going to go through the streets, just pray for them, hope they make it out. That's about it. So I never judge. I never walk around judging, oh, you stupid, you dumb. I mean, I would look in the mirror and say, nigga, you was 21 and stupid and dumb. And it's just the truth, man. I'm just keeping it real. Now, dudes who be 30 plus, running behind 24, 23, 22 years old, in the streets, you 30 plus years old. If you 30 plus years old and you running the streets, you hanging with 23, 24-year-olds, you know, dealing with street activities and acting like you got ops and you down with, use a mark. Use a mark. It's just as simple as that. Use a mark. You started running the streets late. It's just bad, man. I can call you. It could be all type of name. It's just bad. You can't be 30 plus years old and still running the streets. Some people run the streets from the internet. Some people run the streets for real. Most people be, you know, running the streets from the internet. You cannot be 30 years old and hanging with little ass boys and still talk about you got ops and all. Man, no, man. No. When you was their age, 23, you 30. When you was 23, it was 15, man. Still going to school and stuff like that, man. They weren't looking up to you. How you gonna wait till you get 30 plus and start hanging with these little boys, man? I'm just speaking out loud about the streets because the 21 Savage shit really triggered me. How he was. Now, I don't know 21 Savage. Ain't got nothing against him. I'm not, none of that. I don't know. I'm not here. I'm not talking about, I'm not here for that. I'm talking about the statements he was making on Clubhouse, how reckless he was talking on Clubhouse about the streets. Now, I don't necessarily speak on stuff I don't know about, but the streets, I know a little bit about the streets. And what he was speaking on Clubhouse, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. I mean, dude was talking. If you ain't heard it, go look at it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you ain't heard it, go look at it. Matter of fact, I can't even pull up right now. Nah, I can't pull it up right now. God, I can't pull it up right now. But yeah, man, he was talking reckless, man. It was out of control. Listen, lead the streets of the internet. Lead the streets in the streets, man. That's all I got to say about that topic, man. That's all I got to say about that topic, man. Like, real talk. And other news, man, I'm a big music fan. I'm a big music fan, and recently, 50 Cent. Shout out 50 Cent, man. He posted something on Instagram, like a lot of his hit records, like the platinum and stuff like that. Man, I didn't know. I knew 50 Cent had hits. We all know 50 Cent had hits. But he posted a list, man. It was about 20 of them joints, man. Like, it was a lot to where they was double platinum, triple platinum, 5 times platinum. Now, we know, in a club and blase, in a club and candy shops. But the dude got hits, man. I did not know 50 Cent had 21 hits or more, literally. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Look on this Instagram. I was going through the list. He got hits in the club, 9 times platinum. Just a little bit, 3 times. All I really want, just a little bit, 3 times platinum. I didn't know that was 3 times platinum. Disco Inferno, 2 times platinum. Many Man went 3 times platinum. Now, Many Man's one of my favorite songs, man. That's when 50 Cent was 50 Cent, you feel me? Candy Shop, 5 times platinum, bro. I see why this nigga don't rap no more. What he gonna rap for? Man? Come on, man. He getting old. Start venturing off into other things, man. He ain't got to rap. Not no more. Not with all these hits. I'm looking at the list. He got hits. Man, what else? Ayo Technology is 2 times platinum with him and Justin Timberlake, man. And Timberland, man. Out of Control. Y'all remember Out of Control with 50 Cent? That's platinum. Man, that boy got hits, man. So that goes to let me know, like, when people be on the internet talking about somebody fell off or somebody old or washed up, that's a perfect example because, 50 get that. But he's a perfect example to where, like, man, he got a body of work that'll run laps around 5 different rappers put together. So stop calling people old and washed up or irrelevant and people with a body of work, If they got a body of work and they still working, like, calling somebody old and watch just because he ventured off in the TV or something else or whatever. Everybody don't want to do just one thing, forever. Everybody just don't want to do just one thing forever. You got people who want to, do different stuff, bro. He in the movies now. He in the acting. He in the producing TV shows. Remember he had Vitamin Water. He had G-Unit shoes in the clothes and stuff. What I'm saying? Before that, venturing off into other stuff, man. He went from a rapper from the hood. He went from a gangster rapper from the hood to a multi-millionaire businessman. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to rap, at 40 and 50 and years old and stuff like that. Not knocking rappers that's 40 and 50 because check it, man, listen. Age ain't nothing but a number when it comes to rapping, man. You got 40 and 50 years old, can really rap still. Right now, today, Jay-Z can still really rap. E40 can still really rap. Like, for real. Rap circles around dudes. Too Short still rapping, making phenomenal music. Like, for real, like, bruh, Snoop to this day still got hit records, on hit records. Snoop is like the biggest rapper ever. He like the biggest rapper as far as like notoriety and albums, just everything about music. Snoop probably the biggest rapper ever if we keeping it real. Like, for real. Snoop, everybody knows Snoop. Everybody loves Snoop. Snoop like the biggest rapper. I'm not talking about just I'm not talking about just album sales, tour sales and music. I'm just talking about the whole body of work and the notoriety and being known. And Snoop probably the biggest rapper, man. Snoop Dogg that's Uncle Snoop Dogg. He known for everything, all the way down to, y'all know how he do. Puff, puff, pass, you know what I'm saying? Snoop like the biggest thing walking earth, man, when it come to rap and rap music. I'm dead serious. Anybody challenge me on that. Who bigger than Snoop? What rapper is bigger than Snoop? I would love to know that, man. What rapper is bigger than Snoop? Who? Dead or alive? What rapper bigger than Snoop? We can't find one, man. So stop calling rappers old and washed up. If you got it, you got it. If you got it, you got it. Man, check it out, man. E40 be rapping about stuff today that be going on today. Like he still hang out in the hood. And he be rapping about this stuff today, bruh. He just add his lingo with it and you know what I'm saying? He know how to rap. And he older. He know how to rap. You got it, you got it. You know how to rap. Your mind still to it. We can't celebrate LeBron for being great still at 38 in the NBA and still doing what he doing. And not celebrate rappers like E40, Jay-Z, and Snoop, etc. You know what I'm saying? They still nice. They still nice. Hove can get in the booth right now and have the whole world's attention. Like, they still nice, man. Stop calling people washed up, old for their body of work, man. They put in that work for a reason, and they still love it. And I'll never forget, man, I was doing a weekend with John Witherspoon, I believe. R.I.P. John Witherspoon. Hilarious comedian. Pops from Friday, man. And Pops was probably like 70 at the time. I could be wrong, but I could be mistaken. But I think it was like 70 at the time. And I just asked him like what kept him going, like, you know what I'm saying? Now he said he was ready to retire and stuff like that soon. But I was just asking like what kept him going. He said he was by himself. No entourage, no security, no assistant, no nothing. He was just by himself at the comedy club. Performing the weekend. I was performing the weekend with him. And he's, it was just his love for comedy. And he still was funny. Top tier. Pops. John Witherspoon was one of the funniest live stand-up comedians you ever see. I'm telling you. That's he's the first person that ever really put me on to John Witherspoon for our stand-up, like pay attention to him. He's one of the funniest ever live. DC Irvin. Shout out to DC Irvin, man. My 707 Vallejo, California partner, man. Shout out to DC Irvin. The first person, and I promise you, ever since then, John Witherspoon is one of the funniest stand-up comedians live that you will ever meet, bro. That you will ever see live. R.I.P. John Witherspoon, man. So he basically, my point of this, like, he was great still. At 70 years old, he was still, like, real funny, like, relevant funny. Before he passed away, man. So stop calling people old, washed up, and respect the game, and the game will respect you. I was taught that early in my comedy career. And in the streets, I was taught that. I was taught that in the streets, and I was taught that early in my comedy career. Respect the game, and the game will respect you. And I live by that. So I'm going to leave y'all with. Respect the game. And the game respects you, man. That's my little small rant for the day, man. Thank y'all for listening to me. This is the Disclaimer Podcast. I am your host, Hannibal Thompson. Shouts out to our sponsors, man. Bel Air. Shouts out to Ross. Shouts out to Villon France, McQueen, and the Violet Fog, and Bamboo by Weezy F Baby. This is the Disclaimer Podcast, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Follow the Disclaimer Podcast Instagram, and let us know what you think, man. Tune in, episode every Monday at 12 p.m., man. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Hannibal Thompson, I'm out. Yeah.